Hello, everybody. Welcome to another phenomenal-ish, probably, in theory, movie review from the NOLAnerds here at the NOLAnerdcast. I'm Matt.
I'm Chris at NOLAnerd HQ.
NOLAnerd, high quality.
Headquarters.
Potato.
You dork.
Yeah, good catch, Vilma. So, Chris, what movie are we reviewing today?
22 Jump Street. Because everyone wants the same old thing. No.
Everyone wants the same old thing. And you know what? That's what you got.
That is the thesis of the movie.
You know what? I read a review that was like, it's the same movie. Little did I know that was not a criticism.
No.
Or it might be if you don't get
if you didn't like the first one, I can't imagine.
This will not change your mind, but it doesn't pretend to. Here's right off the bat. This is the best example I've ever come across of a meta comedy, self-referential everything.
Everything. Even from the moment that they stood in Nick Offerman's office, it's like, yo, look, we had this idea, we gave you very little money, and you were super successful.
Everyone expected it to fail, but you surprised everyone. So now we're doubling the budget.
Now we're giving you all this money, and you're going to do it again. The exact same thing. Almost exactly the same thing.
Seriously, just do the same thing. And you know what? The first movie hinted at this when they were like, hey, we're bringing 21 Jump Street back. It's a terrible idea. Reboots never do well. It had a little of that humor in the first one, but then it went on to become a movie. This 22 Jump Street is so aware of the fact that it is a by the numbers sequel, and it revels and flourishes in that fact.
It does not care.
Oh,
and not to mention the fact that the love story between Schmidt and Janko is out of control.
Is the best love story.
It's really...
The only downside I can think of is that there wasn't even a humorous nod back to why his girlfriend from the first movie is not even referenced. That was the perfect excuse to have just a throwaway line.
Or a gag.
Yeah,
or she just dropped dead.
Something. But we got nothing. That's really my only main,
Killed by a dolphin.
Yeah, just something. But, alright, let me point this out to you. There is a sight gag in this movie that involves Benny Hill. And some people might miss it. And if you do, I'm sorry.
Well, I don't know how you'd miss it. They stayed on it for 10 seconds.
It's so good, though.
Yes. There's a lot of really good stuff in here.
With that, we don't want to get too spoilery. Oh, hey, by the way, did you know we're sponsored by the Esplanade Theater?
Yes. The AMC.
Nope.
Grand.
Yep. The Grand. Really?
It's fine.
You're the worst.
They're fine. The Grand Esplanade.
Which now carries in its wonderful concession stand a new Willy Wonka candy called Kazoozles. Chris wouldn't buy me any Kazoozles today.
Jesus Christ, you're an adult. Buy your own Kazoozles.
I wanted Kazoozles. Chris would not give me Kazoozles. You know what? That has nothing to do with the movie.
You have a grown-up job. Buy your own candy.
I'm very proud of your self-control right now.
I'm really trying.
You want to just speak your mind.
Listen,
but you know what?
Listen,
what?
I had a very foul conversation about these Kazoozles.
Just the name upsets him. Okay,
They're
movie.
dumb.
Going back to the movie. There's throwbacks to the first movie. I'm proud to say that this is another comedy where the trailer does not give away the best parts. And the trailer gave away a lot of good parts. And that's what is so surprising, because there's still so much that just made you laugh out loud. And stay for the credits.
Yes.
Let's just say that. It's the climax of just self-referential humor.
It's a horrible scene. That may be the best acting in the entire movie. It's like there's that thing like a 2-sentence horror story.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh. And even the whole thing preceding it, the actual credit scenes, the
false sequels.
Yeah,
which they went up to 43 or so.
Good.
It's really good. But there's a lot of reference. I mean, the whole movie is like a parody of the first movie.
Yeah, even down to I almost lost it when he was like, "Oh, what's that tattoo? Oh, it's the mascot of my old school, the red herrings." And I was like, "Yes, thank you."
Yeah, I also like that the Metro City State Statesman.
or the oh god, what was the other one? The University Generals.
Yeah, the University whatever. But like the movie just does not care. The scene that had me literally dying in my seat, and
you were laughing. I was very happy.
It was really hard. There's a scene with Ice Cube, and
he learns
Jonah
something.
Hill. He learns a fact, and he goes on this
tirade.
That
is just like 5 minutes
of Ice Cube improvising. Maybe
I'm pretty sure a lot of that was improv.
I don't know. However, I do know. It's late. It is the funniest thing in this entire movie.
And then they top
Lost my
by
mind.
Channing Tatum's character realizing what made him so angry, and then he had a flip out that was just as funny.
It was really
okay. Let's. We're giving a lot of random generalizations because we don't get into specifics. Let's
Comedies
talk
are
about the. Comedy movies are hard if you don't want to give away too much. Let's talk about the acting, because the chemistry between Tatum and Hill is
weird. It's a border.
It's almost up there with James Franco and Seth Rogen in terms of bromance in a movie.
It's the most bizarre chemistry I've ever seen.
You wouldn't see it coming.
Because you have Academy Award nominee Jonah Hill and
dumb Gambit,
dumb dancing guy Channing Tatum.
Did you catch the Step Up reference?
Oh,
that was great.
Wonderful.
Okay,
dumb dancing guy Channing Tatum, and like they have a really believable friendship and chemistry that like plays in all their scenes, and it's. I don't know if Channing Tatum is actually dumb or plays dumb really well.
I highly doubt he's actually dumb,
but like. He plays it so well. He's the most believable dumb guy I've ever seen in my life.
Because he deadpans it so well.
He does.
Oh.
And, like, he always looks very vacant. Like,
and we learned this in the first movie because that was when he really solidified it. Because before that, he was really the Magic Mike / step-up guy. And so now we came in knowing what to expect, and he still
was
killed
great.
it. So, and then the supporting cast with Ice Cube and John Benjamin, Archer, yeah. And added bonus that we went to go see the movie with two people who were in the movie, one who is a director of extras and one who became an extra in it, and this makes it the second film in this franchise where we've been close friends with an extra in the movie.
Yep.
And we got a lot of cool behind the scenes tidbits.
That's what you get for living in a city with a thriving film community.
Yeah, no, even though we have nothing to do with it.
Nope.
This is the closest we get. And it'll never progress past that.
No, I've heard the stories. I don't want to do it.
But the supporting cast was excellent. Oh, the eventual villain.
Yes.
The final fight scene was Jonah Hill and the villain was another great sequence of a run-on joke that just got better as they continued to reference it.
It was a little spoiled in some of the trailers,
right?
But like
but only the beginning of it.
Yeah,
like, everything past that.
It escalated so much.
Oh,
it was wonderful.
Just the plot is paper thin in the sense that they are proudly rehashing the plot of the first movie.
There's even a scene where. A red herring is caught, and Nick Offerman goes back on. It's like this is almost identical to a case in a high school.
It is exactly
the same case
as the high school.
Like could not have hammered that point more.
They love it, and the movie just excels in its own I don't want to say repetition, but
self-referentialness.
Oh, it's so good.
It's really good.
Okay, what else can we say about this? Because we've nailed the fact that this is a very meta movie.
It's very meta.
It nails it.
It's very funny.
The trailer does not give away the best parts. The acting and the chemistry between the leads is great.
Is there anything you disliked?
Like the one thing I disliked was just no reference to the girl from the first movie.
Yeah.
We got throwbacks to almost everything else.
Yeah.
But honestly, that's really the nitpickiest thing I can think of. There was some parts when it became time for plot that there would be stretches with no jokes. But that's to be expected in any action comedy movie. You're going to have those drier moments because it's time to move the plot forward. But that can't really be. It's not really a negative. It's an essential. Because otherwise, you're just. I'm sorry. I just thought about the part of the slam poetry reading where he goes, why don't you guys? He's talking to the improv group. Why don't you guys just plan your jokes out ahead of time so you don't suck?
I was like, yeah, that's stand-up.
It's like, yeah, you guys should do that. That's really good.
That's a funny
Oh, there's one part in the trailer, but it has to be hammered home because it's very dear to my heart, where they're having a spat, and they're in therapy, and he goes, just hold my hand. And you have to interlock the fingers, because that's how you know you're in a relationship. Otherwise, we're just friends. And I thought it'd be really cool if we did that right now, Chris. I'm literally reaching out for you. Come on. Chris. Come. Seriously? Come.
No, I'm busy.
First the Kazoozles, now this.
Your life has become a dark abyss.
I am going to dye my hair and cry so hard.
We'll get in the time machine.
Come on.
Get that out.
Seriously, if you watched our video game one about E3, he wouldn't bro-force me either. He is the worst partner for everything, in every sense of the word. Just break through those ceilings, Chris. Break through all the ceilings.
Stop.
Movie reference. Oh.
How much is it still running?
I don't know. If you are hearing this,
awkward.
Our thing might have frozen.
Maybe.
Oh, man. We're doing really good, I think. Maybe.
It's hard to tell.
It is. Let's just keep going as if we are.
All right.
I mean, what else is there to speak about?
Well, we talked about what we liked. We talked about what we disliked.
Well, you didn't tell me what you disliked.
There's not a lot I disliked. I thought they focused too much on awkward kind of humor at the beginning, as opposed to like really funny jokes, which I don't like awkward humor. So that would be my only complaint.
Okay.
But
oh, we're back.
Hey, and we're sepia.
We are sepia, or is this more black and white? You know what? We're just gonna roll with it because that's what we do. It's one take at every time.
We have to rewatch this.
We're gonna
see what happened.
I know it's fun.
It was like the 10:30.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know it's crazy.
All
right. You know what? We're gonna assume that you heard everything in between.
We gotta wrap this up.
I agree.
Who knows what happened?
Yeah. So, I mean, it's a comedy. There's really not much else. You talk about the humor. You talk about the acting. You talk about if it's funny or not.
Black and white.
And I mean, hey, it is black and white. Assuming that you were seeing this in black and white at this point, I made it funny. All right, stop it. Stop it.
Okay, all right. Give it your score.
I give it a 9 because I cracked up the whole time and I enjoyed it almost as much, just as much as the original. I wouldn't say it's better.
No, because the first one had the benefit of being fresher.
Exactly.
Yeah. And it's almost too similar.
This one had the benefit of knowing that it was going to be too similar and reveling in that. I don't think they could pull it off a third time. I honestly would be very surprised.
Would love to see them try.
Medical school, man.
I would love to see them
try. And I will buy it because I own the first one, and comedies are just good movies to own for watching them whenever. What about you?
I give it a 9 also. I really like it. I don't think it's as good as the first one.
That's fair.
I think it may be a little too similar for its own good, but
at least it owned that fact.
It owned it, and I got to give them props for that. I don't own the first one. I probably wouldn't own this one either, but I would probably
get them on a Black Friday deal.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's probably the most likely thing.
Well, as always, I'm Matt.
I'm Chris.
And we are the NOLAnerds, and this has been our latest movie review for 22 Jump Street, sponsored by the Grand Theater in Esplanade.
Subscribe. Like.
And we are not doing anything untoward. The buttons are down there.
They're right here.
NOLAnerdcast.
Out.
Woo!